In today's video, we're gonna be talking all about how we made this 3D analog title sequence for our new project, the Home Reno series. Link up here if you wanna check it out. We're gonna talk about basically how we made this and why we decided to go this route instead of animating something in After Effects.
Because we like analog. I said analog.
By the way, if you're new here, we make videos about making videos, travel, and our home. So as you guys know, we just released our home renovation series and you've probably seen the intro. What we're trying to do here is basically make a unique introduction for our home reno series that doesn't require any animations or title effects or anything. Started to think outside the box on how we can build something that kind of showcases some of the stuff that we know how to do, like building, but then also some of our more design-based stuff. I don't know, we just want to use a 3D printer. We like the drone factory little thing that we did, so we had this idea to create this analog intro sequence that kind of showcased the logo that we made for the series, but in a way that kind of showcased some of our skill set.
It's kind of appropriate to like do a DIY project for a DIY home renovation series.
Yeah, we have made a storyboard for the little intro sequence that we're gonna make just so we can only capture the shots that we need to get for the intro.
And if you guys are wondering about how we sort of approach condensing down an event into a few key shots, we will link to a video up here about our 7-shot sequence, which is essentially what we did here. We just employed those techniques. First frame, I'm just gonna just go first thing comes to mind. Butthole. Oh no, that's a plaster bucket. Close. Bat signal. Plaster surface. Oh, okay, all right.
That one is obvious. Guess it real. Guess it real. Don't try to make up something.
Chop saw.
Thank
it's a chop saw.
Yeah. Originally, the story was going to be about us starting with a blank, unplastered wall. We're gonna plaster it, paint it, build this picture frame, paint the wall, and then hang the frame on the wall as if we were doing like a room makeover, but like a little section of room makeover.
In order to get that much information into a very compact intro, like 10-second intro, it just didn't make sense. It was like
too fast.
You had to skip ahead and you can't even follow what's going on.
We wanted our intro to be between 5 and 10 seconds. I really wanted to make this more like a show and have an actual intro. Gave us an opportunity to showcase some of the branding so that when we come out with the next part and the next part and the next part, there's kind of consistency there. I'm not gonna continue my sentence because that's a huge spoiler. We ditched the whole plaster thing and basically I just drew really terrible things that look like phallic objects.
I understand now, those are your like representations of your hands.
My hands, yes, yeah. They happen to look like something else.
Little dong hands over here.
All you need for a storyboard if you're making something like this is a couple of shitty-ass drawings, stick people, don't matter. As long as you know what it is and your captions make sense, then you have a little bit of a guide on what to film.
Firing up a 3D printer after a year. I can't remember how to use it. I'm trying to make a 3-dimensional title for this home renovation series. Kind of like we did the drone factory. I'm trying to remember. I'm a bit rusty. I don't remember how to set it all up.
Something about a Raspberry Pi?
Yes. So the plan is to create a time lapse of the printer printing. You can't just film it because the stage keeps moving back and forth and the print head moves all over the place. I've programmed a Raspberry Pi, which is just like a little tiny mini computer, to control the printer, but then built into that, the Raspberry Pi can also control a camera using this open source software called Octolapse. After every slice, every layer of the 3D object, it'll move the printing stage back to a neutral position, move the print head out of the way, tell the camera to take a picture, and then it'll print the next layer, then move everything back to the same spot, take a picture, and then we can compile all the layers as frames in a time lapse. You can see it being printed in real time.
Because we are gear hoarders, we've kept the A7S II, old blunderbuss. Look at the back. Yeah, we're gonna use the A7S II for this, 12 megapixel RAWs will be fine for this. 24mm lens, prime lens on here. And because the camera takes those old batteries, they don't last very long, we're gonna plug the camera in via this, what is this?
AC adapter.
AC adapter battery. So the RAW files go on that SD card?
No, the JPEGs go on that SD card.
Oh, so where do the RAWs go?
There are no RAWs.
Oh, so we have one chance at this.
Yeah,
don't fuck up the exposure.
You gotta nail the exposure.
Hey, don't forget to take the picture profile off.
Yes.
We have the Aperture Amarin P60X.
P60X.
And the softbox here.
Not to be confused with the P90X. The print we're actually doing is huge, like the full print bed. I'm just putting through like a little tiny piece just to frame everything up, make sure everything works. And it looks like, fingers crossed, it's working. We got our light switch gaff taped. Got a cloth blocking the light from the studio.
Is it go time?
It's go time. Only 17 more hours to go. Oh, it's kind of falling off. It's gonna take 17 hours.
All right.
See you then.
See you then.
been standing here for 22 hours. 22 hours later, the print is done. Look at it. It's so cool.
Wow. Oh my God, don't crack, don't crack, don't crack.
It's like the full print bed.
There it is.
There we go. Here it is. All right, now we're gonna make a frame for it.
You said we have cedar in the garage?
We do have cedar, yeah.
Home Reno series. There we go. All right, frame time. I like the grain side.
Okay, grain size.
For this project, we're just using wood that we had left over in our scrap wood pile. Next, I guess we're going to assemble this frame with the dado for the 3D print to slip into.
Oh, it needs to be bigger. We are going to join these with dominoes that I can just, hopefully just press fit it all so I don't have to glue it, so I can just take it apart if we want to swap out the graphic. Or if the graphic gets ruined and we need to make a new one. Or if there's a season 2.
So we chose to shoot everything in regular mo as opposed to slow-mo.
24p?
Yeah, 24p, not in say 60 or 120, which is what we use to slow things down. We had 10 seconds to get across the entire intro on us making this frame.
For the actual shoot, we used a combination of the 24mm lens and the 90mm macro. And we've been really digging the macro lens for the home renovation because it's kind of giving us the ability to get close, satisfying shots to some of these things that we're not always used to see. Demolition of tiles.
Sparks flying off of a grinder without a filter.
That was a mistake.
I feel we have permanent like mar dots on our coating on our lens.
This shit is made to be used. I did get a UV filter. And of course we shot the entire intro on the Sony a7S III except for the time lapse, which was shot on the a7S II.
Back from the dead.
We're dry. Idiot. All right, we're dry fit here. That looks awesome.
He's gonna go in too deep, I think. Better put him on the outside. Noob.
I just sat down to edit and I accidentally filmed everything today in 1080, which would not matter if this was just a vlog, but what is it that you say, Chris?
This is a flagship series.
Flagship series. Has to be in 4K. All right, we gotta go. Reshoot it. Fuck!
Okay, that was the final edit, but we accidentally shot it in 1080.
We started putting this edit together. Things were looking really good until we placed the last clip of us actually putting the frame on the wall and adjusting it.
And it was hard to read.
I tried to reshoot that, I would say probably 7 times with different lighting setups and
Because it's this balance between trying to have nice, soft, nice looking studio light, but nice, soft looking studio light is by definition shadowless. And when you have a white text on white background object, it's not casting any shadows, you can't read it.
You can see it perfectly with your bare eyes. As soon as you put it on the camera, it's like all of the edges kind of disappeared. You did what we were trying to avoid the whole time.
You called Asian tech support, i.e. your husband, and he opened up After Effects. So how would you guys have fixed this? I'm curious.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you would have done.
Yeah, we're gonna show you
that.
We're gonna show you what it looked like at a camera. Or no, let's throw a log lut on it just so you can see it a little bit more normal looking contrast.
Wait, before we move on, I just want to take this quick opportunity to sponsor our own video. We just want to take a second to plug our Log Luts 709 utility LUTs. We've got LUTs for S-Log2 and S-Log3, as well as a special color noise fix LUT that with specific camera settings, you can kind of get rid of this weird color blocking that happens with 8-bit cameras and log footage. So if you want to check them out, they're linked in the description box. We've got a full tutorial breakdown of what these do. We'll link up here. Continue.
So the way we did it was exported a representative frame grab, brought it into Photoshop, basically just did manual dodging and burning, and essentially just falsified an extra shadow on the whole left side of the image.
This is a technique we use a lot in photography, but it works a lot better when you have high resolution raw images and not a JPEG screenshot from a video. Then he took that image with the actual video file and basically like motion tracked it on top. Overall, I think the intro turned out well. It's kind of exactly how I pictured it. It's kind of fun. You guys seem to really enjoy it, which made me really happy because it took a lot of time and effort. Something a little more interesting with the story, I think.
Yeah.
That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of how we made our little anal log sequence. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out the rest of the Home Reno series, I'll link it up here. And if you're curious about our bathroom episode, well, we are still waiting on glass. It has been weeks. So I'm just don't expect it. Months. Don't even expect it. And then like in a couple weeks, it's just gonna be like, boom, it's gonna be like a little surprise for you. Ooh, the last episode. I'm really sorry, but it's out of our hands. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. That looks like a different saw than what was in second episode of the home series.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I'm just remembering back to how I was like, yeah, I only need a crappy one for a weekend warrior like myself. Those aren't the smoothest bearings. Should have got the expensive one. This saw, it's very quick, very precise, and I love it. It was very expensive, but it's made my job so much easier.
Sometimes it's just better to invest in the good one.
Correct.
The first time.
Yes. All right, question for you.
How often do you and I both wear black?
By accident and show up in a black frame.
Just take your hands away. I just show up here.
In today's video, we're going to talk about this 3D printed analog.
Just think of
Analog.
Actually,
Okay. Did you just shit yourself?
motion.
Then
Then
everything
it's
gets
going to be
dragged
longer
out.
than 10 minutes, seconds.